Today, we are going to talk about energy. No, we're going to talk about energy. I fooled you. We're going to talk about energy, because I love energy and everything is made of energy. But I didn't really understand that concept and I still have some questions. So what do I do when I have questions? I talk to Jay. So before I ask my other questions, people are going to be confused about what energy is too. So can you please explain exactly what energy is and why it matters?
Okay. Well, would you say that electricity is energy?
Yes.
Would you say that magnetism is energy?
Yes.
So electromagnetics are clearly one form of energy.
Yes.
Okay. But science doesn't really know what electricity is.
No.
Like, they know how to use it and they know lots of things about it. But if you were to ask a scientist what electricity is, there wouldn't really be a satisfying answer coming to you.
Okay.
So defining what energy is something people have been trying to do forever with no real substantial satisfying results.
Great. I'm so happy I picked this topic.
But it doesn't matter because we can define it for ourselves in practical terms. We can define it in a usable way for us. Like, so for example, can you feel when your energy is lower or higher?
Yes.
Right. So then you have an intimate relationship with energy.
Yes, I do.
So if you have an intimate relationship with energy, you know what it is, whether anyone out there can give you perfect language to describe it or not.
Yeah, it's that feeling. It's the vibe. It's energy.
So you can tell when you wake up with a lot of energy and when you wake up with lower energy.
Yes, definitely. Immediately.
You can tell when someone's coming at you with harsh energy or gentle energy.
Yes. Yes.
You can tell if a fire is getting lots of energy or getting very little energy, or giving lots of energy or giving very little energy.
Yes.
So when we take a material object and we burn it, what do we get from that? Like if we burn some logs, do we gain energy that? If we go to a furnace and we burn something in that furnace, do we get energy out of it?
Yes.
So we have turned something that is matter and material into energy for ourselves.
Yes.
Okay. And if you put enough energy into something, can that energy affect matter? Like if I blow up a nuclear bomb, will it affect all of the matter in the area?
Yes, it will.
Will that happen with less energy? Will it happen with no energy? Will we get the effect on the matter?
No.
Right. So there's clearly a major relationship between matter and energy.
Right.
And so does it make sense that matter came first and matter makes energy and matter is what it's all about? Or does it make more sense that energy came first and it eventually turned into matter or manifested as matter or became matter? Like, what is the primary thing here? Energy or matter?
Energy.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I thought, the physical world was everything. If I can see it and hear it and touch it and taste it, then it's real and it's solid and it's the most important thing. And invisible things don't matter and energy doesn't matter and electricity doesn't matter. I was very logical and tangible and all this kind of stuff. And I think this is pretty common to anyone who's new in their thinking or immature in their thoughts, like a teenager or a young kid or even an adult, just someone who hasn't thought the world through super deeply. And so it's common to be all about the matter and the physicality of things. But when you look deeper and live longer and experience more, you almost always come back to energy. Like, obviously, energy is the primary, main, core, most important thing. And it's what manifests all the matter and physical things that are happening.
Right.
If someone comes at me with harsh energy, they're going to manifest some physical violence. If someone comes at me with gentle energy, they're going to manifest a hug or peacefulness or something, right? The energy is what decides how reality is unfolded.
Right. Okay.
So most people don't like to admit this, but where does our wealth come from?
Well,
after everything we just said,
our wealth comes from our energy. I know the answer, but I was hesitant to answer because go ahead. It's no big deal. Yeah. It comes from our energy.
Sure. Where do our closest relationships come from?
Our energy.
Yeah. What can destroy our wealth?
Our energy.
What can destroy our close relationships?
Our energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really. Energy is everything. It's the primary cause of everything. When I move my arm, I'm moving all the cells in my body, the muscles, the tendons, trillions of cells I just moved.
Right.
But how did I do it? Did I do it with wrenches and tools and mechanics?
No,
What did I use?
your energy.
Right. I had to take like an intention or an awareness or a thought, some abstract energetic thing, something that is not matter, something that is not physical, some unknown special thing that no one knows about, consciousness and awareness and intention. And I used that to create and to manifest something physical in reality.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, to me.
Yeah. So there are energy forms behind the matter. There is energy behind the cells.
Behind each cell, or it's like overall in general, you mean?
Both.
Okay.
Like everything. When a human dies, all the cells are still there.
Yeah.
Trillions of cells sitting right there in front of you.
Yeah.
They haven't magically gone.
No.
The cells are no longer energized by anything. There's no intention. There's no soul. There's no consciousness that is moving the cells anymore.
Fair enough.
And when someone has a near-death experience, or you get those weird resurrection experiences, it looks like the cells are done and dead and people are writing them off, but then something re-energizes them and they come back to life.
Right. Yeah.
There is energy behind everything, man. Like, there's no point arguing with it. It's super obvious when you start looking into it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that this topic, energy, is like woo-woo and
Yeah, everybody
weird
thinks that.
and spiritual. But the fact is, 1 million people have gone into a room after a couple's been fighting and can feel the energy, even though they're not speaking or saying a word. They're on opposite sides of the room. They can feel the energy, and like all the times that we have just this bad vibe about a place or a thing or a person or an animal or whatever, like we've all felt that moment, had that moment where we felt like, I know, and you leave because of the energy. Even if you don't call it that, you call it a vibe or my gut feeling, or I don't know, I just didn't want to do that, or I did want to do that. Like, that's all energy.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
But for the everyday person who doesn't study this like you and I have, it doesn't seem, it's like your explanation seems like more than they care about. You know what I mean? Like,
they don't care about their arms and moving.
No, that's not what I mean.
They don't care about manifesting reality.
Well, they do, but I think a lot of people just don't understand how energy is involved in it. So I want to like make it practical for people listening, right? So how does energy have anything to do with business or your relationships or your mental health?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay, my bad.
But first we have to agree that energy is behind everything. It's not a matter-based world. It's not like all physical things is the only thing to focus on. And oh my God, if I can't see it or touch it or taste it, it's not important. Like, we have to realize there's an energetic cause behind every physical thing you have ever seen ever.
That's true. That's very, very true.
If there's a reality you're living, someone somewhere imagined it, or a group of people imagined it, or a whole bunch of people imagined pieces of it. And that imagination was not matter, it was energy.
Yes.
Right? If you want more wealth, you got to imagine more wealth first, or it ain't never happened. You had to be in your bed or in the bathroom or at school or at a job or something. You had to imagine more wealth for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, that was the start of it. That was the start of the energy. And then you had to get your body up every day and express certain energies to move towards that wealth, to allow that wealth in.
True.
Yeah. And if you show me someone who's shit with their energy, I'll show you someone who's never going to manifest that wealth.
Okay. All right.
Find me anybody on the planet Earth. If they have shit energy, especially about wealth,
right,
about the topic of wealth, right, I will show you they will fail to manifest it, or they'll manifest it and it will disappear. So they might as well not have it, or they'll manifest it and then lose their health at the same time. Like, what's the point?
Like the lottery winners who win and then go bankrupt.
Yeah, well, they have shit energy.
Yeah.
They have shit energy about wealth and about winnings and about abundance and about resources and about friends taking their wealth and people coming to them for wealth and how to spend their wealth and how to invest their wealth. They just have shit energy. There is energy behind every reality. You might as well make peace with it. There's no point arguing with it. Go dedicate your whole life to prove me wrong. I don't care. There's no point.
Well, I know that everything is energy. I've seen it, felt it firsthand, studying it and really working on embodying it now, like the knowledge I have.
You ever seen a child's energy about moving through the world versus an adult's energy about moving through the world?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's totally different.
Right. And one of them is going to thrive and grow and blossom and learn
Yeah.
and have all kinds of good things coming to them and happening to them. And the other one is going to be miserable.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
they're not going to grow at all. They're going to be super slow in their comfort zone and stagnant. Why? Energy. Again.
I see. Oh,
And we used to be that kid. You used to have that kid energy.
yes.
And if you look at any of your heroes, they probably kept that kid energy for the most part. They stay up late. They have fun with what they're doing. They run around. They're go. They're like happy and smiling and playful about what they're doing. And even if life throws a curveball, they just shake it off and get back up. Like they have that kid energy. Your idols, your heroes have that kid energy. And that's why they manifest awesome realities. And all the people who look up to them have shit energy and wonder what's happening. Why can't I be like them?
True. I'm spending time with a 2-year-old recently, and she manifested an entire new wardrobe yesterday.
There you go.
To watch her it brings me so much joy because she just runs and screams and plays, and everything is fun for her. Everything, like, squishing berries between her fingers, it just brings her so much joy, and she does what feels good, and she manifests so well.
Sure. Energy will do that.
Yeah.
Whenever my energy shit, all my realities close down and I manifest nothing and I create very little and I'm not very valuable. When my energy's turned up and I'm high and I'm happy and I'm living life and I'm loving life and I'm providing value and I'm proud of myself and shaking off failures and moving forward, that's when I'm crushing it. And great things happen for me left and right. But
I love it.
You have to experiment with it. Like energy is like getting into a swimming pool. It's a whole new arena,
right?
Everybody grows up with physical stuff, always focused on action and taking physical steps and doing all the practical things. And I love all that stuff. I love being efficient, but it's all useless without correct energy, with proper energy, healthy energy, abundant energy, helpful energy. And you need to find a way to navigate that and control that and tap into that and access that. And getting into that when you're used to all the physical stuff is like diving into a swimming pool or tiptoeing in or wading in or something. But you've got to experiment with it. You can't just watch a video and be like, oh yeah, I guess he's right or whatever. You have to experiment with it until you learn how to swim in the arena of energy. You have to become a strong swimmer in the energy realm, in the energy world. Plato was talking about this from the beginning, right? With the shadows on the cave wall, the allegory of the cave.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything has an energetic form, and a thought form, an ideal form, an imaginary form. And you have to imagine it, and then it manifests in reality. And so everything we see in our world that seems so real and so important and so awesome and oh my God, it's so exciting, was really just a reflection of energy.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Right.
True.
So if your business is not thriving and the reality of your business on the cave wall that we're all looking at and excited about is mediocre, do you fix it by running around, taking a whole bunch of actions and applying a whole bunch of business tips that you read from business gurus and watched on YouTube? I mean, you can try that.
You can try. You could try, but yeah.
But a lot of people are going to try it. And what's going to happen? Are they going to turn their business around from all those awesome business tips?
No.
Right.
No.
Why? If all of them are taking the same actions and doing the same business tips and going out and physically getting in there and rebranding and doing what the guru said, why does like only a tiny handful of them actually get the change they're looking for?
Because their energy, because the ones that don't succeed have poor energy. They think this isn't going to work. This is crap. I'm bad at this. This is hard, whatever they're thinking, their energy is being sucked away and lower and lower and lower. And so they can take all the action they want, but without that high energy.
Yeah, it's a great point. Great example. And it doesn't even have to be thinking bad things. They could be thinking positive things.
Yeah.
But have mediocre energy. Like their energy levels could be minimal. They're like, okay, I'll apply the business hack. I'm excited about this. I think it's going to work out. And it's like, okay, I can tell you're positive, but your energy does not seem very high about this.
Yeah, you've said that to me before.
Right. And if I go show it to a kid with a lemonade stand, they're going to read the business tip and they're going to be like, oh, this is awesome. I can't wait to Mom, can I go right now and apply it to my lemonade stand? I know customers are going to love this. I can't wait to use this tip. Like their energy is just totally different about the thing they learned.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if your energy is shit about the things you learn, are they going to help you?
No.
Right. Because shitty energy, shitty result.
Shitty energy just gives you a pile of poop.
Yeah. Shitty energy, shitty result. Happy energy, happy result.
result.
Yeah.
Yay. That's what we like. Yay.
Right.
Yay.
Right. And so how many people spend 8, 10, 12, 16 hours a day in their business, unhappy with what they're doing, or semi-happy, or vaguely happy, or a bit happy? It's like, well, then you're going to get vague results or a bit of results.
Yeah, true.
And then they see the tiny bit of results and they get mad at the business guru or the tip or business in general or whatever. And their energy goes even worse. And now they're like, whatever, I shouldn't have even tried that stupid business tip.
Yeah.
It was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
And now their energy's worse. And it's like, your energy was barely adequate to start with. And so you got barely adequate results. And now you're blaming the barely adequate results and lowering your energy further. And it's like, you guys, you got to play in the energy arena, man. You got to see what you're doing. You got to control this stuff. You cannot hop around with your energy like this. It matters. It's important. And you're expressing it and radiating it and broadcasting it all day long. And honestly, if you're in your comfort zone doing the same old thing with the same old routine, that's some mediocre energy, and it's not going to give you anything in life. So,
well, it'll give you mediocre crap.
Yeah.
And who wants mediocre?
Yeah. But it won't give you your dreams.
Nope.
Yeah. If you want your dreams, you need dream-worthy energy.
Okay. So then how can we, for those of us who have issues with our energy, doing things like I will get excited about something, but then my energy will be mediocre sometimes. I know how to already do this because we've practiced all the time. We practice every morning. We practice before this episode. But to share with other people, how can we raise our energy before we do a task or we have a project or just in the mornings?
Yeah, so this is a great question. And you have to think about it like swimming. Like I said, if you're new to swimming and you want great results, you want to swim across a river, swim across a lake, save a drowning person. If you want to be a effective swimmer and you have never set foot in a pool before, what are you going to have to do?
Get in the pool and swim.
Well, yes, but like what kind of results can you expect?
Oh, well,
initially.
Well, you'll expect to like crappy results because you don't know how to do it.
Right. You expect to screw up with the energy or to only practice a little bit or to forget to practice, or you get the energy right, but it only has small results, or it's only in a small subject area or something. Like you admit you're a beginner. You haven't done a lot of energy work. You don't play in the energy arena. You haven't learned to swim through the energy realms. You haven't brought energy to your life. And it's going to be awesome when you get the hang of it. But in the beginning, you expect to suck,
right?
It'd be weird if you didn't.
Yeah.
If you were somehow a master of energy on your first time around, you'd be like some weird indigo child Buddha who like is going to transform the entire world with their giant spiritual energy mastery or something, right? Like that's not you. If you're watching this video, that's not you. Like just expect to suck, right?
Yeah, and it's okay because like we always say, it's practice.
Right.
Practice.
Right.
Your first practice is going to be crap. It's
right.
Okay.
So how do you practice getting into this energy arena? The easiest way is to play and experiment with the energy of your body. There's nothing you know better than your body. There's nothing you're closer to than your body. Your body is the matter or physical bridge to the energy world. Your body houses everything, right? It contains all of you for the most part. I mean, you can argue that your soul is not your body and it's like an outside source, which is fine. But there's a very intimate connection between the energetic parts of you and the physical body part of you.
Right. Yeah.
So this is where you start. This is the best and easiest place to start. But you can start anywhere. Like everyone might start with a different place. You might want to start with your energy about your business because you're super focused on that and you're tired of being poor and you don't want to think about your body and whatever. It's like, oh, well, whatever. I'm not going to force you to start with your body. But
can I give you a scenario and have you do a little example of how you would improve your vibe on my scenario?
Yes, but do you want to learn about the body thing first?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so humans have an electromagnetic field. We have electricity running through our bodies. You can plug in like a wire to a human and the human can conduct current through the wire. There's like tests and studies and stuff.
Right.
And all that energy can touch every cell in our body, okay? We can also consume food and convert that into energy or gain more energy from the food.
Right.
We can also perform breathing exercises and suddenly get more energy into our body. Like you had a certain level of energy, you breathed in certain ways, and bam, you're flooded with energy.
True.
These are not rare or special things. They're not in debate. They're not up for argument. People all over the world have done this for forever. It's just part of being human. You can animate, express, broadcast, use, and control energy in your body. Lots of different ways.
Right.
So most people learn the basics. They learn to use their energy to move body parts, speak words or sing or dance or whatever. But most people don't go much deeper than that. And so their understanding of their own energy is weak.
Sure.
Like it's the same as everybody else. If you understand energy the same as everybody else, you're just like everybody else and you get the same results as everybody else. It's not very impressive. Like
right.
It's barely like energy wisdom,
Right.
So how can we gain more knowledge of our own energy? So some people can control their heartbeat.
Yeah.
Some people can hold their breath for huge amounts of time.
Right.
Some people can heal diseases or injuries.
True.
These are people who understand the energetic nature of their body more than most.
Right.
Like Wim Hof understands that if he gets an illness, he needs to perform some breathing and do some oxygen things to his cells to energize them and heal the disease. He knows he needs to energize his immune system.
Right.
His favorite way to energize his immune system is through breathing. Breathing is a fantastic way to shift our energy.
I agree.
Tony Robbins, when he gives presentations on stage for ages now, has believed in incantations to change his state. So Tony, unlike Wim, is more focused on mantras or incantations and state changes. He uses music a lot.
Yes. And he does visualization along with music. Yeah.
Sure. He likes to use his imagination.
Yes.
Fine. Imagination is a pure energy thing.
Right.
I mean, some neurons get activated, but that happens after the energy. Like you intend the energy and imagine the thing and the neurons respond.
Right.
But you see both of these high achieving people understand better than the average person, that they need to energize certain parts of their body or their whole body or something.
Right.
So they have much better understanding and control of their energy than the average person.
Right.
They've experimented. He's tried doing a stage presentation without his incantation and without his music and without his imagining and visualizing. And he's tried doing it with. And you know what he found?
Yeah. That he has to do it with.
Yeah. And then he impresses everybody and the customers are happy and everyone wins and he makes a ton of money and it's way better and he feels in the zone and he energized his cells on a way higher level. And Wim Hof has tried, diving into water and swimming normally, and he's tried doing a bunch of breathing exercises and then diving in.
Yeah, true.
You know what he found?
Yeah, that he needs to do the thing. He needs to change his energy.
Yeah, he found if he energizes his cells, usually through breathing or cold showers, that he performs at a superhuman level the next time he dives in.
Yeah.
Right. And so they experimented. They tried new things with their bodies. They tried controlling the energy of their bodies. And with each experiment, they began to realize this is huge. This is a great way for me to control the energy in my body.
Right.
Some dancers or singers might just do singing exercises or dance exercises. Some of them might do nitrogen baths. I don't care what you do or what works for you. Like, as long as you figure out some way to control your energy. Meditators, Tibetan monks and yogis will often not do any of those things. They'll just close their eyes and meditate and start to feel the energy centers in their body. They'll feel the chakras. They'll feel the endocrine glands. They'll feel their own pulse. They'll become aware of their surroundings, or they'll pull their awareness away from their surroundings and focus only internally, whatever. The point is, those Tibetan monks experiment with the energy in their bodies and they learn to navigate it and control it and master it and change it. And when they do that, they perform superhuman feats. They're like in freezing cold, not even noticing it. My brother was training with some monks in China and they were making their fists bigger. They were like sending blood to it or something and their fist was growing and growing for martial arts.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, some of them will fast for ages or just live on air for huge amounts of time and stuff. Some of them will perform crazy stunts and acrobatics and break boards, and it's all energy. They all found their own way of controlling their energy, either a Western guru like Tony Robbins or a European guru like Wim Hof or a Tibetan monk or whoever. They all experimented with the energy in their body. They tried to feel it. Can I feel my heart? Can I feel this? Can I feel that? You can start with your toes. There are a lot of circus performers who can control their toes and grip things with them or manipulate them,
Yes,
just like their fingers.
Yeah.
Right. But most people don't and can't. Most people live in their shoes all day long. They ignore their feet forever. Their awareness never goes down there. They are completely out of touch with it and out of tune with it. Maybe they're even afraid of it, or like my toes are ugly or my feet are ugly or something. They have some really negative vibe about it. But what if you experimented with controlling each toe? It'd be tricky to start, but soon you would feel energy. Like you would feel the energy of a knuckle, of knuckle 1 or knuckle 2, or like toes separating, right? And as you did that, you would learn more about the energy in your body and the awareness. And if you realize that I couldn't control my toes before, and now I can control my toes, what does that mean about the next time you work out? Could you control your muscles more? What does that mean about the next time you dance or do gymnastics? Could you control them more? Like, how many avenues open up when you realize that my awareness can change the energy in my body and start controlling different body parts?
Like that's, you open up a whole new thing for you.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's pretty amazing.
And then the next time you write an email, could you put different energy into the email that's being written? And could you get different results? Could you start doing incantations like Tony Robbins? Or could you do some breathing exercises before you sit down to the computer? Would this change your energy? And by changing your energy, would it change the physical reality that you end up creating?
100%. It happens to me. There are times where I sit down to do outreach and I'm like, ugh, I'm doing outreach, doesn't matter. No one's going to follow anyway. No one's paying attention. And that's exactly what happens. And then I do like 5 outreach with great energy. And I'm like, this is awesome. Everybody loves us. They're going to, all these people are going to join. I do 5 and we get a subscriber. So like, you can't tell me that it doesn't matter, because it very much does.
Yeah.
And I know you have the power. We have the power to change it.
Yeah. You asked how to get started. Swimming in this energy arena. And so hopefully my examples have helped, right? Whether you start with a baby toe or a big toe, or you start with breathing, or you start with incantations, or you start with something else I haven't even thought of or mentioned, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you admit that we all have like an energy-based reality, and you start playing with it ASAP.
Agreed. Yes.
So you wanted a scenario?
Yes. So there is a girl who's a spiritual leader and who struggles to commit to her business, struggles to commit to doing outreach and caring. But she decides today she's going to sit down and do outreach and reach out to people and introduce herself to them so that she can get clients and make money, make lots of money. But she starts doing it and she feels bad and she's like, oh, this is awful. This is hard. But she keeps doing it anyway. She does it for like a week, but nothing happens. There's no movement. And then she finds your video on energy. And she's like, okay, I'm going to raise my energy. So I would like for you to show her how you would raise your energy, and a good way to start, because like you are super intense and you can get like better than Abraham Hicks. Sorry, you guys. I love Abe. I love Esther. I love all y'all, but Jay blows your rampages out of the water. So we're going to just keep it for beginners, if you don't mind. I know it might be hard. I don't want to hold your energy back. If you have to do a giant rampage, it feels right, then please do it. I just would like for you to share with this hypothetical person who's a real person, but I'm not naming her name. What would you do to teach her?
That sounded like a really long way to say, can you demonstrate raising energy about client outreach?
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
But my way is the long way, and it makes people happy to have a break, to watch boobs jiggle as I talk and say that. So
I totally agree. Just making sure I understand.
Yes, sir.
So there's lots of ways to do it, and it's going to be individual for everyone. So you won't be able to just copy mine. But
no. Yeah.
But basically, I would go something like this. To psych myself up before I started reaching out to clients, I would say something in my head or out loud like, businesses have been succeeding since the dawn of time, caveman times. People have succeeded in all areas of life. People have sold New York trash and Canadian Air and whatever else you can think of. A kid with a lemonade stand can succeed, and so can I. And so I know that business and the economy is about exchanging value and exchanging energy with one another. And I have a lot of value to exchange. I believe in my value. I believe in my product. I believe in my brand. I believe in my personality and my style and my approach. And I believe in myself. And I commit today to taking that value out into the world, out into the market, and to giving it and getting it into the hands of someone somehow. I'm not attached to money. I'm not attached to results. I don't care about getting rejected. I care about doing the right thing and having a good energy as I do this. I care about taking my valuable solution and getting it into the hands of people who can use it. And I don't care if they spit on it or step on it or throw it away. I know there's someone out there who's going to say yes. Probably many people who are going to say yes. And I believe in myself and I believe in my product and I am doing this. I can already imagine it. I can already see myself reaching out to people, writing the emails, getting their responses. I can see the smiling faces and people cheering. I can see how happy they are to get what I'm offering. I love that they recognize the value and they appreciate it and they know there hasn't been anything like this on the market and I've brought something different. Or even if there is something like this on the market, I know they like my version of it. I'm just feeling so good and so positive, and I am clear on who I want to target. I know I want to find people with money who are eager and happy to exchange it. I know that those people exist. It's not like we live in a world full of destitute people who never want to buy things. People love buying things. People love consuming. They are consumers. I live in a consumer-based society. This is the perfect time and the perfect market and the perfect place for me to outreach to. I am so psyched to outreach to clients and customers today. And I'm going to be so proud of myself when I put my head down on the pillow tonight because I reached tons of them. And when they see those messages, it doesn't have to be today, but when they do check in, they are going to respond positively. And I'm so psyched to see it.
Woo! Yay. That was really good. That was really helpful. It's something similar to what I did in the beginning when I was doing outreach and I struggled, and you helped me with a similar example. So that was really good. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just raising your energy.
Yeah.
Like compare that energy to anybody else's energy.
Well, honestly, while you were in the middle of your rampage, I thought, what is this product he wants to sell me? Because like my wallet's over here.
See, it works.
And you weren't even selling me a product. You were just ramping yourself up.
Right.
And
because everything is because you're selling energy the whole time anyways.
Yes, you are.
When you are. If you want to sell your product and you have that kind of energy about it, people who aren't even in your field or industry are going to buy it. People who have a friend of a friend, they'll want to buy it for them. Like weird things will happen.
Yeah.
When you have that energy, you will manifest a better reality and the physical world around you is going to change.
It's true.
Right.
True, it will.
But that takes practice. And most people don't even bother. And most people go through the actions and the motions and the routines of business with shit energy. And so if you have shit energy, you deserve to be broke because you are in the business of selling energy, whether you realize it or not.
That's good. That's good. That line there.
Yeah.
You're in the business of selling energy, whether you realize it or not.
So you better have top tier energy. Everyone's worried about having a better product or having better marketing or having better outreach or having better socials or having better followings or whatever. But all those things came from energy. So you had to have better energy first.
Fair play. Yeah, it's true. It's very, very true.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you want to do the same thing for your relationship, you got to look at your energy in the relationship. How excited are you? Are you proud of your value? Are you selling good energy? Do you know that person's going to come and be magnetized to you because you have the best energy on the planet? Or do you have shit energy? Do you sometimes forget your energy? Do you drop your energy? Do you lower your energy and push them away? If a businessman has shit energy to sell, ain't nobody buying. And if a spouse has shit energy as a partner, ain't no partner staying.
True. And, our energy changes constantly. So even if you raise your energy and you do that and you feel good and you get online and you start doing outreach and then someone tells you
one rejection and you drop your energy.
Right. And you're like, I knew this wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Screw these people.
Yeah.
Screw this.
But it's not the rejection that stopped you.
No.
It's that you let your energy drop.
Yes.
And I can point you out to 100 other people who didn't.
Yeah.
I can point you to 100 other people who got rejected and they just got more amped up. They just got more challenged. Yes. They were just like, you know what? Good. I love the rejection. I'm gonna do better. And that guy's gonna regret it. He's gonna come back to me missing out. And this is my energy whenever anyone leaves me. I'm like, y'all be back. Every single one of you is gonna be back.
Same.
You will regret this and you will come back. And no judgment and no hate, but I'm just stating a fact. My energy is strong and clear and pure, and my value is high. And you absolutely, positively, 100% will be back in a day, a month, a year, a decade. I don't care. Even if it's post-death, you will be back wanting my value.
I totally agree. That happens to me as well. Everyone in my past has come back because of my value and my energy as well. Even when my energy was at the lowest and I was not that valuable of a person, I was the most valuable that they had at the time. So I get it. You are amazing and wonderful. That was a great rampage. You were super helpful to me and to anyone watching and listening and wanting an example, because to me, like, not really in the beginning, if like you showed me Abe's rampage, and so people have to remember that we were long distance, and so we didn't talk on the phone that much either, because I was not comfortable asking for things or speaking up. So I saw Abe's rampage, and then when I would do it, like, I had a hard time like really amping myself up until I saw you do it. You did it on the phone with me. And
well, it's a good point. Like I said, you're not going to be able to copy mine or Abe's.
No.
Raising your energy is an individual thing done in your own individual way, from your own individual standpoint, your own individual perspective. Some people aren't ready to start celebrating the history of business and celebrating their amazing product, and they don't have that level of belief and stuff. And so for them to raise their energy, the best they're going to do is like, well, I'm a good person and I don't care about rejections, and I'm going to be better today and going to reach a client or a friend. And
right.
That might be the best they can manage, because what I demonstrated was like swimming across a river or a lake or saving a drowning person, and they're not there. They're at like wading pool level.
Yeah.
Right? Wading in or shallow end. And so they're going to do some tiny little strokes, but it's fine. Even that will give you results. If you just raise your energy a bit, it's still better than none. And you're still going to start the experiment and get the results. Tony Robbins' incantations and Wim Hof's breathing probably weren't like crazy mega level when they first started. They just started with like a baby incantation. Like, I'm going to go there and impress the whole stage or the whole audience. And Wim Hof was like, I'm going to hold my breath for 90 seconds. Like, now he's holding his breath for, 20 minutes or something. Like, but it's all about getting started and doing it your own way. It doesn't have to copy me or Abe.
Well, no, I was going to actually show a little version of what I do, which is totally different than what you do.
Sure.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
So for me, like what you said is great and super helpful.
Well, do it for relationships.
So for me, what I tell myself is, okay, so if I'm doing it for relationships, then so
because you're a baby at raising your energy in relationships.
Again, this is, nobody can really copy, because it's my relationship, it's my experience, it's my thing, but it might be helpful. So I have learned a lot about relationships. Everything that I've learned, I can apply. This is so easy. I have relationships with so many people. I've improved every relationship that I've had with my mother, my father, my kids, my cousins, my friends, my husband, my ex-husbands. And if I can have a great relationship with my ex-husbands and communicate with them, then I definitely can do it with someone I like and I love and I trust. And Jay is really open and considerate to my feelings. And so I am too. And I've learned how to be better. And you know what? I'm a loving person. I'm a fun, funny, beautiful, smart, radiant, feminine goddess. Of course I got this. I'm amazing at this. This is so easy. It's just the person I love. It's not anything hard. It's not rocket science. It's not even the science of energy. It is just love. And all I have to do is be loving. And that's easy for me. Oh my God. And so that's, I'm all psyched and like I raise my energy big time. Thank you. And so, yeah, you can do it with anything. One of the things I tell our beginner students is to have a cookie jar, write down all the things, all the positive things about yourself, things that feel like a win. They could be something as small as, I worked out today, or as big as, I graduated with honors, or whatever feels best. So that when they feel low, when they feel bad, they can find those little things to remind themselves. Because when I'm raising my energy, I'm thinking about all the positive things in my life. And without having a cookie jar, sometimes it can be a little hard to reach for. In the beginning, I would have said like, well, I'm divorced, but I've never had a successful relationship. And we've broken up a few times. So like, it can go either way. I can go down that dark path and be like, well, this is why my relationship is failing. This is why I'm bad at this. This is why it's hard. Or I can do what I just did and like raise my energy and be love and like think about all the wonderful positive things about me and focus on the positive things.
Yeah, I love it.
My brain, and I think this is true for everyone, but my brain especially really likes to go for the negative, really likes to look at it and try to reach for it. And I have to physically turn it to positive. So
yeah, well, that was awesome. Great example of raising your energy. And you can use energy to win at anything. You can use it to win at a chess game or at a sport competition or a video game. A lot of times we play video games and we're losing and we change our energy and we make a comeback.
Oh my God, we have made the most intense comebacks after raising our energy. In the middle of dying, they're in our base. We are about to die and we're like, we got this. We've come back. Yes, and raise our energy and we won.
Yeah, you can use energy to have hard conversations with people and they go smoothly. Yep. You can use your energy to get people to leave your environment or attract people into your environment. There's energy behind all of the physical realities you want, and you really want to start playing with them. And if you want to dig deeper into this, you can look at books like Energy Work by Robert Bruce, or The Energy Codes by Sue Morter, or maybe you want to go like the tantric route, because tantra is a lot about energy management and yogis are very much about energy management. So you could go with The Jewel and the Lotus, or...
I've not read any of these books, so I don't know.
All good. My point is there's tons of stuff out there about energy work. It's just a lot of it is very ancient yogi texts or like woo-woo hippie stuff like that.
Do you think your belief article, the Change Your Beliefs article, that you talk about beliefs and energy, but I don't think it's like, never mind. It's not like you don't have a big part on energy. That's mostly about changing your beliefs.
Yeah, it's okay. I think this episode is the most I've talked about energy, so there's not a lot we can refer to our own materials, but changing your beliefs changes your energy. Like every belief has an energy component, right?
Yeah.
If you believe I'm going nowhere, my life is shit, my relationship's falling apart, there's an energy to that. If you believe, even though I hit rock bottom, I'm on the come up, I'm rising up, I'm better than ever, I'm stronger, I've learned new things, I'm a better person, and I'm on my way, and people see my value, and I see my value, and I'm making sure it gets out there, then there's a different energy component. Like there's always an energy component to everything. And if you ignore it, you lose. And if you master it, you win.
So if you want to change your energy and you want to rise your energy up, then you need a book full of energy. This book, Eyes Wide Open, Volume 1, every single page, man, every single page in here is full of a massive amount of energy. There's actually literally a page on energy in here. Plus, every single page will help you raise your vibe on topics that are difficult or make you feel crunchy or you just don't know about. So you can get your free copy of Eyes Wide Open Volume 1. Go to eyeswideopenfree.com and get your free PDF copy. And when you do that, you also get a bonus called How to Cure the 7 Deadly Mental Traumas. And that's a bonus for free. And you sign up for our newsletter, and you get all the tea about Sin and Jay 3 times a week. It's awesome and amazing and super energetic.
It was awesome.
Okay. That was a great ad. So you kind of touched on how to use this to our advantage, but are there any secret ways that we can use energy that we didn't talk about, that we can use it to our advantage to manifest better or have a happier life? I feel like you always have tips and tricks for us.
Yeah. So this one is a secret trick, but it gets a little bit woo-woo. So I usually don't dig into it. But if you've ever heard the phrase, become an empty vessel, or be a pure vessel for God, or, be a good channel for source energy, or whatever, these phrases get tossed around. And no one really explains them, and no one knows what they mean. Like, most people don't. But it's actually really important if you want to create an awesome life. And what it means is clear out the noise and clutter of your mind, or the noise and clutter of your emotions, or the noise and clutter of toxins in your body, any kind of noise and clutter, really, to empty yourself out and allow large amounts of energy to flow through you into the world. Okay?
This is what I do when I'm doing my manifestation practice. That's why I laid down.
Sure. Well, it's really helpful no matter how you do it. And this is why all the yogi people talk about chakras and aligning your chakras and all this kind of stuff. And why acupuncturists and shiatsu people always talk about the meridians and the nadis and all of these channels. It's like kind of woo-woo, right? Kind of Eastern stuff. But it's not. Like, human beings are electromagnetic beings. We have a ton of energy flowing through us all the time. And you can point to anybody, and some people are flowing that energy in a shitty way, and they're creating shitty results. And some of them, a few of them, have become an empty vessel. They've become a pure channel. They have decluttered and gotten rid of the noise inside their minds and their hearts and their emotions and their spirits and their energies, and they are allowing energy to flow well, and they're rolling with what life's curveballs and keeping their energy high, and so they create an amazing reality. So this is a huge secret, and it's why all of these great gurus and spiritual teachers are telling you to become an empty vessel and become a pure channel. So pretty much everybody in modern society has blockages in their endocrine glands, their pancreas or their thyroid or whatever, pituitary glands and stuff. And these glands are dormant or deficient or degraded. And each of the glands corresponds to a chakra. As I said, everything that is matter has an energy root.
Right.
Everything. We went over it in the beginning of the episode.
Yes.
So what is the energy root for your pituitary gland or your thyroid?
Oh, well, it's the chakra.
Right. Yes. All of those glands dotted through your body, through the center of your body, have an energy root.
Yes.
They just do. Like your cells. Your cells have an energy root.
Right.
And so most people don't think about controlling them. They don't think about controlling the pituitary gland or the thyroid gland, or controlling their heart, or controlling their pancreas. So just like I talked about with the toe, you can put your awareness there, and you can control them, and you can open them, and you can purify them, and you can become more of an empty vessel. You can declutter these areas in your body. People, when they breathe, if you use your awareness well, you can feel energy coming up from the ground, up through your feet, up through your genitals, and you can feel that energy coursing through your body and going up to your brain, up to the pituitary, and it goes right through all those glands. And when Wim Hof is doing his breathing, whether he knows it or not, he's breathing deeply to get the oxygen to go through all of those glands. And he becomes a pure channel. He becomes an empty vessel. And he's able to create a great empire and touch the world and change hearts and minds. But the average person isn't going to pull this off, because the average person is a noisy, cluttered vessel full of racing thoughts and bullshit, full of toxins, and they don't let energy flow up or down through their body. They are not a good channel for source energy. They are not a good channel for God to work through, or whatever you call it. And so you can see why this is kind of a secret. It's kind of a big secret. No one wants to talk about it, and it makes me sound crazy and woo-woo, and no one wants to listen to this, and I sound like some weird, freaky Eastern Tibetan Tantra shit. And it's like, do I share this secret? Is anyone going to listen? Are they going to actually experiment and declutter their internal energies? Are they going to fix their meridians and their nadis and whatever pathways you want to call it? Or are they just going to write it off and say, forget it? Can they see the connection between how they are flowing energy from the universe into reality and creating crazy shit on Earth if they want? Can they see how blocking all of that energy and not allowing it and cluttering it up with noise prevents them from creating a very strong or powerful or impressive reality? Or do I just sound like a crazy person? Right?
Right. Well, yeah, I guess to somebody who doesn't understand energy and doesn't understand we control this, you sound crazy. To the rest of us who understand and know energy and know that we have control of it and energy is in everything, you sound normal to me. But in the beginning, yes, you sound crazy. Not the beginning of this episode, the beginning of our relationship, I was like, he's insane.
But even you could try it. you're living in an awkward environment. And so it's going to be easy for you to pick up toxins like toxic beliefs and toxic mental thoughts and toxic emotions that will clutter up your internal landscape. And so when's the last time you purified that internal landscape? Like how in tune are you with all of those endocrine glands? How in tune are you with all of those chakras that are the energy root behind the glands? Have you put your awareness on each of these? If I asked you right now, which chakra or which gland is the most blocked or stuck or toxic or
my throat chakra.
So then that's pretty good if you can tell. But are you even right? Like,
well, I've spent time every morning and every evening since I've been here to make sure that all that is clear and that I remain true to who I am and my teachings and the things I've learned. Because I know how easy it is to get sucked into their stuff.
Sure, I believe you. I'm just saying, these are the questions people need to ask themselves.
Yeah, of course.
Can I spot where I'm not allowing energy to flow? Can I spot what is sucking my energy away? Can I spot where my energy is leaking? Can I spot where I have not reclaimed my energy? Can I spot where I need to direct my awareness? And then when I do come up with the answer, am I sure it's correct, or is it the most I can handle right now? Like, is maybe my pituitary gland or my pineal gland is blocked, but throat is the most obvious, so I'm picking up on that, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So who knows? I mean, only you know. But my point is, this kind of awareness is talked about in all of the major spiritual traditions. Like the Bible will say the kingdom of God is within you. And it was their old language way of saying, like, pay attention to your internal landscape. He would say, go up to the second floor with a bucket of water or something. And it's like, it's talking about like the second tier of your brain or the second gland up here or whatever. Like it's their best language for talking about the internal landscape. He's not actually talking about some person walking up to the second floor. Like, hey, why would he write that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Or if you look at Eastern texts, they'll talk about different elements in air and water and ether and stuff, and they'll relate it to the different chakras and the different glands. And again, they'll talk about purifying it and aligning it and becoming aware of it. And why are they talking about all this stuff? Because they too know that your internal landscape manifests outside, like as within, so without, as above, so below. And so if you imagine something up here, you can create it down here. And if you purify something inside and summon a lot of energy inside, you can create a huge impact outside. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
no, well, you helped me and you gave us a tip, and that's exactly what we wanted, right? And you did a phenomenal job this episode. Like, you started by explaining deeper than I expected, and you're really explaining helpful and to go for your rampage and all the things you've shown us. This was just a really helpful episode, and this extra little tidbit was super helpful for people to understand more, a little bit of the more of the woo-woo side to it, I guess. If you're new to it, it's woo-woo. If you understand this and you've studied it, it's normal and it's true. It's all facts.
Yes. And check it out. You can see how my energy affected things, because this is my first time ever talking publicly about this secret thing. And the whole rest of the episode, my energy was clearer and more precise and more focused and higher. But during this part, my energy was a little shakier, a little less confident, a little less firm. And at the end, I kind of gave up. I was like, I can't explain this. I don't know. So what's with the I don't know energy? But that's being human. Energy goes up and down. And so now I know the next time I talk about it, I have to make sure my energy is better about it, or my point won't land, or I won't have the right impact. And it's a perfect example of how the energy we use in our communications and the energy we bring to different topics totally impacts how that plays out in reality. And so I deserve whatever I get for that sloppy energy. And I hope people still take away a lot of value from it, but I know I could have done better, and my energy matters.
Yeah, it does. And it's a great example of how even in the middle of a project or a conversation or whatever's happening, that the energy can go up and come down and go up. And you just were a great example of that. So that's really, really helpful. And so, yeah, like that was wonderful. Thank you so much for teaching me this very important and very profoundly changing topic. Energy has been something that I've been studying with you for the last 5 years on my own. And with resources that you've provided. And this, I can't believe it's episode 78, or we're just now talking about energy, when our energy has created this amazing podcast. Our energy is the reason why we do it, because we have such great conversations. We have amazing energy and chemistry together, and we just have such great conversations. And this is just one more of a million wonderful conversations we've had. So thank you. I have one more question for you. Do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share with our amazing and wonderful audience?
Yeah, to paraphrase Peter Petrelli from Heroes, change your energy, change the world.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Peter Petrelli and Jay. We love you both so much. Great acting. And that is why our book and this podcast are called Eyes Wide Open. After today, you know how to raise your energy and how to use energy to improve your life. So now you can go to this video here called Are You Good at Communicating? To help you raise your energy so you can communicate better, and to help you keep your eyes wide open.
Keep rising.